You know, one of the most beautiful things about intimacy is that it never really has an expiration date. In fact, with age often comes wisdom, patience, and a deeper connection that younger couples sometimes overlook. But here's the challenge. As we move into our 60s and beyond, many men quietly worry about whether they can still give their partner that same spark, that same thrilling, unforgettable experience. And let's be honest, when it comes to intimacy, your partner's pleasure matters just as much as your own, if not more. I'm Dr. James Wood, and I've spent decades helping men in their later years rediscover confidence and passion in the bedroom. I've seen firsthand how just a few small adjustments in your approach, especially in the positions and techniques you choose, can completely transform your partner's satisfaction. We're talking about helping her reach not just good orgasms, but deep, powerful ones she will remember. And here's the best part. You don't need to be as flexible as you were at 30 or have the stamina of a 20-year-old athlete. What you do need is knowledge, awareness, and the willingness to make your partner's pleasure a shared mission. That's what I'm going to give you today. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. This way you'll always stay in the loop with straightforward, research-backed health tips made just for folks over 60. And here's a small favor. If you find this video helpful, type boost in the comments. If not, type skip. Your honest feedback helps shape better content tailored to your needs. Let's get started. Technique 1, the angle connection. When it comes to giving your partner stronger, more satisfying orgasms, angle is everything. Most men think the key is speed or sheer stamina, but in reality, it's about positioning your body so you stimulate the right areas with precision. Here's what I tell my patients. In your 60s and beyond, you don't have to move like you did in your 20s, but you can absolutely use gravity, angles, and slower, deeper motions to your advantage. The angle connection works best when you're in a position where you can control the depth and direction of each thrust. Think of it like steering a ship. Small changes in direction can completely alter where you land. By raising your partner's hips slightly, perhaps with a pillow or folded blanket, you naturally hit the front wall of her body, where her most sensitive nerves are located. This angle also allows you to maintain close body contact, which is not only more comfortable, but also builds emotional intimacy. In my experience, many couples overlook the value of eye contact and touch during this position. Keep your faces close, maintain gentle kisses, and use your hands to explore her body. The goal here is not just physical stimulation, but also creating a mental and emotional buildup that intensifies her orgasm. This is one of those rare techniques where less rushing actually produces more pleasure. By slowing down, watching her responses, and adjusting her angle slightly, you give her body the time it needs to build up to a peak, and when it happens, it will be far more powerful than you might expect. Technique 2, the side-by-side embrace. One of the most underrated positions for couples in their 60s, 70s, and beyond is the side-by-side embrace. This is a game changer for a few reasons. It's gentle on the joints, reduces strain on the back and hips, and allows for a deep level of intimacy that many positions simply can't match. The beauty of this technique is that it's less about athleticism and more about closeness, connection, and control. Here's how I guide my patients through it. Both of you lie on your sides, facing each other. Your legs can intertwine naturally, and you can adjust the angle by pulling her hips closer or raising her legs slightly over yours. This allows for a comfortable, deep connection without putting too much pressure on your knees or lower back. From this angle, your thrusts can be slow, deliberate, and perfectly aligned to stimulate her most sensitive spots. Because your faces are close, you can whisper, kiss, and maintain eye contact throughout, all of which heightens her emotional arousal, making the physical sensations even stronger. One major advantage of this technique is the amount of freedom you have with your hands. With both of you on your sides, your hands are free to explore, stroking her back, caressing her hair, or adding gentle clitoral stimulation with your fingers. Many women need this dual stimulation, penetration combined with direct clitoral touch, to reach their most intense orgasms. By being in this position, you can easily provide both at the same time without breaking the rhythm. It's also worth noting that the side-by-side embrace promotes a feeling of safety and connection. For many women, especially after decades of life experience, the emotional component of sex plays just as big a role in orgasm as the physical one. This position encourages that bond naturally. And here's a final tip: vary your rhythm. Alternate between slow, deep thrusts and slightly quicker, lighter ones. This contrast creates waves of pleasure and prevents her from becoming desensitized to the sensation. Watch her reactions closely. You'll know when she's getting close. When you see the signs, her breathing quickening, her muscles tensing, hold your position, maintain the angle, and let her body take over. The orgasms that come from this position are often deeper and more satisfying because they combine emotional intimacy with direct, targeted stimulation. Technique 3, the supported edge. Sometimes the key to unlocking her strongest orgasms lies in creating the perfect blend of support, control, and access. The supported edge is a technique I often recommend to couples in their 60s and 70s because it removes unnecessary strain while maximizing the angle for pleasure. It works especially well if you want to stimulate the G-spot effectively without needing intense physical effort. Here's how I walk my patients through it. Your partner lies on her back, close to the edge of the bed, her legs either bent at the knees or resting on your shoulders for more lift. You stand or kneel on the floor beside the bed, depending on the height, so you're comfortably aligned with her. This position gives you a strong, stable stance, allowing you to control depth and rhythm without tiring quickly. Because her hips are elevated at the edge, your angle of entry naturally aligns with the front wall of her body, where many women experience their most intense internal orgasms. One of the overlooked benefits of this technique is the freedom it gives you for added stimulation. From your position, your hands are free to caress her thighs, stomach, or breasts, or even use your fingers for clitoral stimulation in sync with your movements. The bed supports most of her weight, meaning she can relax fully into the experience without straining her muscles. This relaxation is crucial for deeper, longer orgasms. Emotionally, the supported edge can feel incredibly intimate despite the slightly open setup. You're able to maintain eye contact, speak softly to her, and read every signal her body sends. If you want to build intensity, start with slow, steady thrusts, then increase speed and pressure as her excitement grows. If you see her getting close, keep your rhythm consistent. Sudden changes can interrupt her buildup. For many of my patients, this technique becomes a favorite because it delivers both physical efficiency and powerful results. You're not exhausting yourself. She's receiving deep, targeted stimulation, and the emotional closeness remains intact. With the right pacing and attentiveness, this position can easily become one of the most reliable paths to her strongest orgasms. No acrobatics required, just skill, patience, and connection. Position 1, the gentle rider. The gentle rider is an excellent choice for couples in their 60s and beyond because it puts your partner in control while allowing you to relax and focus on connection. This position minimizes strain on your joints and lower back while giving her the ability to set her own pace and angle for maximum pleasure. When a woman feels physically comfortable and in control, she can fully relax into the experience. And that's when her strongest orgasms are most likely to happen. Here's how I explain it to my patients. You lie comfortably on your back, supported by pillows if needed, while your partner straddles you, either facing you or in a reverse position. Facing you allows for deep eye contact, kissing, and an emotional connection that greatly enhances her arousal. Reverse can offer a different kind of thrill, as she can adjust her hips to hit her most sensitive spots while you enjoy the visual. In both variations, her ability to control the depth, rhythm, and angle is key. From your perspective, this is a chance to be fully attentive to her cues. Keep your hands on her hips, thighs, or lower back to help guide subtle changes in motion. but resist the urge to take over completely. Let her move in a way that feels best for her. Circular motions, rocking back and forth, or slow, deliberate rises and falls. You can add gentle clitoral stimulation with your hand if she enjoys it, further increasing the intensity of her pleasure. What makes the gentle rider so effective for older couples is that it removes performance pressure from you while giving her an active role in her orgasm. Because she's dictating the pace, there's less risk of overexertion, and she can make adjustments instantly without breaking the moment. Many women report that the combination of control, emotional closeness, and sustained stimulation in this position leads to deep, body-shaking orgasms that linger longer than they expect. The key is patience. Don't rush her. Encourage her with soft words, eye contact, or subtle touches. The more she feels cherished and unhurried, the more her body will respond. This position isn't just about pleasure. It's about creating an atmosphere where she can completely surrender to the moment. Position 2, the cozy spoon. The cozy spoon is one of my favorite recommendations for couples in their 60s and beyond because it combines comfort, closeness, and pleasure in one beautiful package. It's a position that removes almost all physical strain, making it ideal if you or your partner have joint stiffness, back issues, or simply prefer a more relaxed approach. But don't be fooled by how gentle it looks. When done with intention, it can deliver incredibly deep and satisfying orgasms for her. Here's how I walk my patients through it. You both lie on your sides, with you behind her. Your front is pressed gently against her back, and your legs naturally fit along hers. From here, you can enter at a shallow or deep angle, depending on what feels best for her. Because her body is partially curled and relaxed, you have direct access to her most sensitive internal areas without needing fast or forceful movements. What makes this position so powerful for her is the ability to combine penetration with clitoral stimulation at the same time. With one arm wrapped around her waist and the other free, you can use your hand to explore, touch, and bring extra stimulation exactly where she needs it. This dual sensation is one of the most reliable ways to help a woman reach a stronger, longer-lasting orgasm. The cozy spoon also encourages an incredible emotional connection. Your bodies are fully in contact, your breathing is in sync, and your mouth is close to her ear for soft words or gentle kisses. This closeness helps her feel safe and cherished, two emotions that can amplify physical pleasure tenfold. If you want to intensify the sensation without breaking the comfort of the spoon, try small changes, adjusting her top leg slightly forward for a better angle, slowing your movements to a teasing rhythm, or pausing completely to let the tension build before resuming. These subtle variations keep her engaged and heighten the buildup toward orgasm. For many couples, this position becomes a favorite because it doesn't just focus on physical mechanics. It's about connection, security, and a shared experience of pleasure. When she feels both emotionally and physically satisfied, the orgasms that follow are not only stronger, but also far more meaningful. Position 3, the seated intimacy. The seated intimacy position is perfect for couples in their 60s and beyond because it blends stability, emotional closeness, and deep physical connection. It works beautifully for men who may have reduced flexibility or stamina, but still want to give their partner powerful, satisfying orgasms. This is not a high-energy position, but rather one that allows you to take your time, keep eye contact, and focus entirely on her pleasure. Here's how I guide my patients through it. You sit comfortably on a sturdy chair, the edge of a bed, or even on the floor with your back supported by a wall. Your feet should be planted firmly for balance. Your partner then straddles you, facing you directly, with her knees resting on either side. She can wrap her arms around your neck or shoulders for support, and you can place your hands on her hips, lower back, or thighs. The magic of this position lies in the freedom of movement it gives her, combined with the closeness it naturally creates. She can control the depth and rhythm of penetration while maintaining a strong connection through eye contact and touch. For many women, Being face-to-face during intimacy builds trust, enhances emotional arousal, and makes physical sensations more intense. You, on the other hand, can focus on reading her body language, adjusting your angle slightly, and using your hands to add stimulation where she likes it most, whether that's gentle caresses along her spine or direct clitoral touch. Because you're seated and she's in control, there's less physical strain on you. You can keep your posture steady and still provide consistent, deep stimulation without tiring out quickly. If you want to increase the intensity, encourage her to try subtle movements like grinding in slow circles or rocking forward and back instead of bouncing. These variations often hit her most sensitive spots more effectively than fast, repetitive thrusting. The seated intimacy position is also perfect for creating a full-body experience. You're close enough to kiss, whisper, and feel her breath on your skin. This combination of emotional and physical closeness makes her feel cherished and desired, which in turn can lead to more powerful orgasms. In my experience, couples who use this position regularly often report a deeper sense of connection both inside and outside the bedroom. Position 4. The elevated arch. The elevated arch is a fantastic choice for couples in their 60s and beyond because it combines comfort with incredibly precise stimulation. It's a position that doesn't demand a lot of flexibility or physical strain, yet allows you to reach angles that can lead to some of her most intense orgasms. The key is elevation, lifting her hips to create a perfect pathway for deep, targeted pleasure. Here's how I explain it to my patients. Your partner lies on her back in the center of the bed, and you place a firm pillow, roll blanket, or even a wedge cushion beneath her lower back or hips. This small lift changes everything. It tilts her pelvis, so your angle of entry naturally stimulates her G-spot and other sensitive areas inside. You position yourself between her legs, either kneeling or in a low lunge, so you can control depth and speed comfortably without putting strain on your knees or back. One of the biggest advantages of the elevated arch is how much freedom it gives you for extra stimulation. With her hips lifted and your hands free, you can use your fingers to caress her thighs, her stomach, or provide gentle clitoral stimulation while maintaining penetration. This combination often produces stronger orgasms because it engages multiple pleasure points at the same time. Emotionally, this position keeps you closely connected. You can maintain eye contact, speak softly to her, and read every reaction. And because the bed is supporting most of her body weight, she can completely relax, which is essential for reaching her peak. Many women in their later years find that relaxation, not just stimulation, is what allows their bodies to fully let go. If you want to build intensity, start slow. Use deep, deliberate thrusts, paying attention to how her body responds. When you sense she's close, keep your rhythm consistent. Sudden changes can break her momentum. Sometimes even holding yourself still while pressing firmly against her can tip her over the edge into a deep, satisfying orgasm. For many of my patients, the elevated arch becomes a go-to position because it feels luxurious, controlled, and deeply pleasurable without demanding high energy. It's proof that with a little adjustment and awareness, you can give her an unforgettable experience at any age. Final message. You see, great intimacy after 60 isn't about trying to do what you did in your 20s. It's about knowing how to make every touch, every movement, and every moment count. The techniques and positions we covered today aren't just about physical mechanics. They're about connection, awareness, and a shared journey toward pleasure. Whether it's the gentle control of the angled connection, the emotional closeness of the side-by-side embrace, or the supported comfort of the elevated arch, each one is designed to work with your body now, not against it. What I've learned over decades of working with men and couples is this: your partner's orgasm is as much an emotional experience as it is a physical one. When she feels seen, desired, and deeply connected to you, her body responds in ways that surprise even her. And the beautiful part? You can create that environment at any age. In fact, Many of my patients tell me their intimacy in their 60s and 70s is the most fulfilling they've ever had. So, I encourage you to approach these moments with patience, curiosity, and genuine care for her pleasure. Experiment with these positions. Talk openly about what feels good. And remember, it's not about rushing to the finish line, but about enjoying the journey together. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and give a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notification bell so you never miss practical, research-backed advice made just for folks over 60. You can also check out my other videos on building intimacy, improving stamina, and deepening connection in long-term relationships. This is Dr. James Wood, reminding you, passion doesn't fade with age unless you let it. Nurture it, explore it, and you'll both keep discovering new reasons to smile in and out of the bedroom. Here's to stronger connections, deeper love, and unforgettable moments, no matter your age.